This is the Honda K20 engine that I stripped in the last video. Going to put it back together again today. I must say at the start of this that this is not a how-to video on how to rebuild an engine. We're going to be putting it back together using most of the same stuff that were in the engine at the start. So there is a few things that probably should be replaced or machined, but we're putting it back together anyway.
You can see here there's a fair bit of wear in the bars. There's a lot of brown staining and it's not too much damage, just you can see wear and brown staining. Possibly had a head gasket gone before and there was moisture getting into the bars. You can sort of see marks from where moisture was getting in before.
Before I put the pistons and rings back in this engine, I'm going to give the bars a quick hone with this hone here. I wouldn't usually use one of these on an engine, but I don't think I'm going to do any damage to this. I'm really just trying to clean them up a little bit. They're not in great shape, so I think it's going to be an improvement one way or the other. I'm happy enough how that turned out. There's still an awful lot of staining and wear marks on the bar, but it's better than it was anyway. It wasn't too hard of a job, but I made a bit of a mess. There's oil everywhere. It's all over the floor, it's over the bench. I have oil everywhere. The oil I was using is just standard mineral oil. Premium. But yeah, it's just the cheapest oil I could find. And it's absolutely everywhere. I'm going to take the rings off the pistons now and gap them in the bars. But I know I don't need to gap the oil ring, but I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but the oil scraper ring is caked in dirt and it's actually like stuck on the piston. I don't want to try to take that off because I reckon I'm going to break it if I take it off. Like it's delicate enough. So I think I'm just going to soak this in a bit of petrol. I take off the two top rings and soak the head of the piston in petrol and see if that helps it. When the piston's sitting in there, I'll get ready for gapping rings. So I read in the old interwebs that if you're going to run 1 bar boost, you want to multiply your bar by 0.0055 for your top ring and multiply your bar by 0.0059 for your bottom ring. So our bar is 86 mil, so multiply that out and we get 0.47 is our ring gap for the top. I think the standard was between 0.2 to 0.3, so it's a good bit bigger. And same with the bottom, multiply that out and 0.5, say half a mil for our ring gaps. So the first problem I have is I don't have a ring gap grinder, so I'm gonna have to make one of them, I think. Right, so I have a plan. Just got a bolt. Gonna sit that onto it and put another nut in the end of it. Cut the head off the bolt and drive it with the drill, and that'll be my ring grinder. In that, I'll drill a hole in the face of the vise and drive it through it. See how that goes.
here it is, DIY ring gap grinder.
Right, have a look at this piston. They've cleaned up a good bit, and even you can't even see any of the sort of cakey stuff that was in the oil scrapey ring there. But it's still sort of stuck in the piston. I think I'm gonna have to take it out to clean it properly, or else it just won't be working. Bit nervous about taking it out because it's a fairly high chance I'm gonna break it. And actually get this back of this ring to pop out. It's stuck in the ringland. That's moving there now. Bit nervous breaking this. Yeah, I think that's it. Yep. Oh, you can see a lot of dirt on it. Right, these little oil scraper rings, these are very delicate. You. Yeah. The little scraper rings are so caked in dirt and stuck in the piston that actually I'm gonna have to clean them with a little pick just to get them to move on the piston again. Right, we're going to check the top ring first, cylinder one. These are meant to be between 0.2 and 0.3 standard. Yeah, that's catching on 0.3. after doing the good bit here now, grinding the rings 4 or 5 times now, and not really getting too far. I'm still 0.4, still tight from 0.4, so only barely taking material off. So I think I'm going to have to speed up the old drill there. I have the top ring done. I got that to it's in between 0.45 and zero point 0.5, so about what it should be. I'm after getting the second ring and putting it in, and straight away before I actually do anything, it's at zero point 0.6, so it's 0.1 over what I need it at. Point 0.35. That's 0.45 now. It's probably between 0.4 and 0.45. It's just a little bit tight. The 0.5 feeler gauge fits in the ring gap at the top, and 0.45 halfway down the bar, so that's good enough. Last one. 0.3. Yeah, it's between 0.45 and 0.5 there. Let's get it right. Four, five. Yeah. So there's a little bit loose at the top. It's 4.5 at the top and 0.5 the way around. 0.5 at the top and 0.45 halfway down the bar. That's good enough. Now I'll try the second ring. I'll go to 0.7. Goes in, but it's tight, so it's probably 0.65. Too big, but it's what we have. Have all the rings gapped now. Our target that we were going for is 0.47 and 0.5 on the second ring. We got all the top rings close enough. 0.45 could have been a little bit bigger, but I have to go up in 0.05. So the next one up was 0.5, and it was a bit tight for that. So I called it the last one that fit in. I couldn't really guess what was in the middle. This is the only one that's a slight bit bigger on the top rings. So they're all 0.45, 0.5, 0.45, 0.45. Now the second ring, we're going for 0.5, but I didn't have to gap any of them. They're already at 0.6 on the first cylinder, 0.65 on the second, 0.7 on the third, and 0.65 on the fourth. So I couldn't really do much with them. Just it is what it is, and we're going to have to run them. So happy enough how that went. The bars are a good bit cleaner. The pistons are a good bit cleaner now. We know what we're working with. We're right. You could probably do with an overbar, oversized pistons, new rings. But right now we're just going to keep going. We know what we have in the engine now. We're going to keep going, get the car running, and we'll come back to that later on. So we are going to go with new bearings. So that's my next thing to tackle is replace all the bearings in the engine.